Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a pair of knives that I just picked up at my local Walmart. They are by a brand called Swisstech, and I've actually seen a couple of reviews on YouTube on these tools or these knives, stating that Walmart was actually going to be starting to carry these. So I've been keeping an eye out, and today I was at my local Walmart and I saw them in the case, and I decided to go ahead and pick these two up. Now there is a couple of other knives and then a full-size multi-tool that they also came out with, but these are the ones that kind of spoke to me, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up, and I wanted to just, do an unboxing and kind of first impressions on there. So in case you guys weren't familiar about them and you like what you see, then maybe you can go out there and pick them up. Now they were pretty affordable. The smaller one here was actually $11.88, and the larger one here was $29.98. So again, for what you're getting, it's pretty affordable pricing because, again, you can find them at your local Walmarts. Now, I know that they are available through the Walmart app as well, so if you don't have a Walmart close to you, or maybe when you go they don't have them, they should be on the app as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. We'll start with the smaller one here. So this is, again, by a company called Swisstech. I've done reviews on their flashlights before that I've picked up at Walmart, and they are really good quality. You get some really awesome features, so I'm hoping that it's the same with their knives here. So this is the Listig, and it says it's 7-in-1 multi-tool knife, the Go Anywhere Companion. So obviously this is a take on the Swiss Army knife companion. If you guys are familiar with that, this is pretty much going to be the same thing with just a couple little tweaks to the tools and the body of the actual knife, because it is a G10 handle. So that was pretty interesting. So here is the packaging. I really like the packaging. You get a lot of information, just basically all the different tools. So if you want to pause, you can see there. So you got a drop point blade, a fine coarse file, a flathead screwdriver, spring action scissors, precision toothpick, precision tweezers, and then a key ring attachment. Now, I always found it funny that they actually consider a split ring a tool. I think Victorinox or Swiss Army does the same thing, but again, So let's go ahead and open up the box here, and we'll take a look at the knife itself. So you have a little pull tab here that can get it open, and then it slides out, and there it is. Wow, this is a lot of packaging because there's nothing inside of here. So, my opinion, it's a lot of wasted packaging for such a small little knife. I would have expected to come in a box maybe this size, but again, it's just kind of sits in the middle right there. So right off the bat, holding it in my hands, I could definitely feel the rougher texture of the G10, they call them handles, but the G10 scales on here, as opposed to, I guess it's plastic ones that come with the Swiss Army knife or Victorinox knives, but it's very, very lightweight. I think it might actually be a little bit lighter than the Swiss Army ones. Don't quote me on that, but feels really nice in the hand. I like that contoured look to it. It's not like one continuous kind of oval. It's this contour to it, and then you have the Swisstech logo kind of like embossed in there, right in the middle there, and it's actually on both sides. So that's pretty nice. So you do have your split ring right up here, and I like the, let me see, yeah, the split ring is on here, so the blade will actually fold down this way, so it makes more sense to have the blade sticking out like that, and then the scissors will fold out the other way. I don't know if that's the way Victorinox does it, but I like the fact that they went with that. So let's go ahead. Besides the split ring, right here you have your toothpick. And one thing that you will find with a lot of these Swisstech tools and knives and stuff like that is that they always use a red accent to them. So in this case, they went with the red toothpick. That is really cool. Nice toothpick there. And then you have your tweezers here. The tweezers do have a slanted tip, so that's nice. And if you have to get in there and get something out, that helps out. All right, we'll put those back in. Take a look at here is, and let me turn this over so I can make sure that I'm getting the right thing. This is the fine and coarse file. So this is going to be your file. You have a little nail nick right there to pull it out. And then this looks like it's the coarse because it's kind of scratched on both sides. And then this was the fine one. And then you have your flathead screwdriver right at the top there. So very useful tools. Again, if you want to go ahead and, I would probably use these to maintain my fingernails and stuff like that. And then obviously you have your screwdriver right there. We'll go ahead and close that. The blade here is a hole. So instead of a nail nick like you would find in the Swiss Army knives, kind of towards the front of the blade. This is a hole that you can just put in there. It makes it a lot easier to go ahead and deploy that blade. And there is your tiny little pen blade. Again, this is going to be just for little EDC tasks and stuff like that, nothing major, so that's more than enough. And yeah, fairly sharp, you know, fairly decent sharp, so that's nice. And then the one tool that I really do get a lot of use of out of my Victorinox companion is the scissors. So let's take a look at the ones here. You do have the nail nick right there. They are spring-loaded scissors, and they seem to be pretty well. I mean, it's basically a small little pair of scissors, but this is perfect for, again, you know, if you want to take care of your nails, if you want to cut strings off of your clothes or something like that, whatever it is that you're going to be using these little scissors for, that works very well. And they go right in there very nicely. All right, so I think all in all, again, first impressions, the the Listig from Swisstech is a nice little option. Again, if you are looking for a little keychain knife or a little knife to kind of throw in a like an Altoids tin box or something like that. I know a lot of people do like those EDC with the Altoid tin. This might be a good option. I like the color also. This is like a gray, like a dark gray G10, so that's really cool. And then obviously the red accent on the toothpick right there. So for $11.88, I think it's a great alternative if you you know, maybe you can't get a hold of the Swiss Army knife ones and you want to go ahead and try something else. I would definitely recommend picking that up, again, from first impression. So we'll go ahead and put that off to the side, and we'll take a look at the other one here, again from Swisstech. This is the Garundit, hoping I'm saying that correctly. It says rounded flipper knife, the barely there workhorse. So again, some information here. AUS 8 is the steel on there. You do have ceramic ball bearings. You have a carbon fiber and aluminum handles on there, and then a low profile back flipper. All right. And some information here. Lifetime warranty. So slim, so smooth. And then in the back here, it gives you a little bit more information on the knife itself. So it says 3-inch titanium coated AUS 8 blade steel. So the blade is actually 3 inches, so that's good. You know, good for majority of EDC tasks. Anodized aluminum with carbon fiber inlay, ceramic ball bearings, low profile back flipper, lanyard hole, reflective fleck cord lanyard. Okay, so I guess it must come with a lanyard, or it might come with a lanyard. And that says minimal and elegant streamlined design. And that is actually what drew me to this particular one versus the other model that's similar in size to this. Again, packaging really nice. I think they did a really awesome job. You have a little magnet up here, which is letting you know that this flap is actually magnetic, and it opens up like that. And then you have the knife in full display right here. Again, more information on the knife there. And you've got some tape right here. We'll go ahead and cut that so we can get the knife out. All right, there we go. Open that up, and you have like a cutout right here on the plastic. There's like a plastic sleeve on top of there, so you can kind of get a feel for the carbon fiber inlay right there. A little tip protector there. We'll take that off. Then I'll go ahead and close the blade so we can start taking a look at it with it closed. And then in the back here, you do have a couple more things. You do have this nice little felt pouch. Pretty nice. Again, for $29.98, I like the fact that they're adding all these little extra bonus things. So there is, I don't know if you guys can make it out, but the logo is right there for Swisstech. And then here is a little length of cordage. And it says this reflective flex on the black cordage here. So if you want to put tie a little lanyard onto that, you are able to. And then at the bottom right here, you have a thing that says the Swisstech brand story inspired by Switzerland. If you guys want to go ahead and pause and read that, you can go ahead and do that. So really awesome packaging. I can tell you that I am very impressed by the packaging from Swisstech here. And it is reminiscent of the packaging from their flashlights as well. I'm kind of putting it like this so I can remember. So again, this is the Gerundet. So the packaging is very reminiscent of what you would see on the flashlights. So here is the knife itself. Now we do know that it is a 3-inch AUS 8 blade, but the knife itself, it is about 4 inches. So it's about 7 inches overall. Not sure on the weight. I would probably say it is aluminum, and it is flow through in the back. So maybe about 3.5 ounces. You know, if I had to guess, I'm horrible at that. So, but that's probably what I would guess. So you do have the logo right here on the pivot screw, which looks really, really nice. And then again, you have this flush carbon fiber inlay into the aluminum handles. Now again, this is kind of like a dark gray color, so I do like that. I like the colorway on this. Very, very slim design, as they went ahead and mentioned on the packaging there. As I mentioned earlier, you do have that pop of red in the aluminum backspacer here, which also creates the lanyard hole. So that is really interesting. I like how they did that. Obviously, this is you know, designed to ride pretty deep in your pocket thanks to that pocket clip. So the lanyard is kind of offset to the side here, but also if you're holding the knife and maybe you have bigger hands that that I do, it's situated in the right spot, so if you need to grip it or something like that, you are able to if you go ahead and throw a lanyard on the knife itself too. So that is really, really cool. So again, taking a look at the other side here, you do have your Swisstech branded deep right clip right here, and I like the fact that it's short. You know, they didn't go with a really long clip because again, it keeps that really nice aesthetic to the knife itself. So here is your low profile back flipper, what they're calling it. No jimping or anything like that on here, but because this is supposed to be running on ceramic ball bearings, it shouldn't make a difference. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Very nice, very quick deployment, a little bit of oil on the blade there. Lockup is very nice. Again, this is a liner lock. No blade play whatsoever, so you know, which I wouldn't expect there to be, because again, you know, you want to make sure that the knives are going through that quality check and coming out correctly, and I think this one did. You do have the steel stamped on the blade right there, so AUS 8. Really nice little blade here. Again, it's not little, but it's just you know, very unassuming, very easy utilitarian for majority of EDC tasks. Has a nice little point right here, kind of drop down there. Nice belly towards the front. Very, very sharp. I can feel it really sharp, so that is great. Let's go ahead and close it. Closes pretty nicely, and I love, love, love the sleek look to this. So the other reason that I was actually going to, or that I was gravitated towards this guy, was because it is that carbon fiber inlay, but I was looking for a companion for a little pouch here that I have. So I have this little pouch, and I wanted something that was slim that would fit in here, but it kind of followed a carbon fiber theme. So I have my Olights. This is the i3T EOS in carbon fiber in here, and even though this pen is not carbon fiber, it's the closest to carbon fiber that I could think of, or that I could come up with in a small form factor there. So I wanted to see if this was going to fit in here, and I think it does. It might be a little too tall, but it does fit right in there. So really nice. This is from Banquest, if you guys are interested in the pouch here. I have a review on that, so if you want to go ahead and link that if you guys are interested. But it fits really nice in there. The gray color matches the gray of the pouch itself also. I almost wish that it would go down a little bit more just so I don't lose it, but it's in there snug enough that I don't have to worry about it coming loose or anything like that. The deploy is really, really nice. Gosh, this is definitely going to be a nice little fidget knife just because of how quickly it deploys. So really awesome job. Again, first impressions, I think they did a really, really good job, Swisstech, on this Gerundet little folder here, and I will definitely be adding it onto that little pouch so that when I decide to carry a carbon fiber look to it, this one is going to fit in there very nicely. I will probably be adding the lanyard on here just to see how it looks, but I think it might take away from the red accent here and the back spacer there. So I'll throw it on there, see what it looks like, maybe tie a little knot or something like that and see what it looks like. Let's see how easy it is to get in there. Sometimes when these lanyard holes are very small, it's not easy to get in there, but yep, there it is. So this nylon cord is actually thinner, so it's pretty easy to get in there. But I might throw a bead or something on there, maybe a decorative bead, just to see what that looks like. But if not, I'll probably just kind of run it without the lanyard, just like that, just so we can appreciate the accent of the red right there, which I think looks really nice. So there it is. It's just a quick look at these two new knives from Swisstech in collaboration with Walmart. They are being sold through Walmart. So in case you guys are interested, I would check out their site or your local Walmart in the knife case. These were actually locked up in the knife case, so they weren't available to just kind of take out from a peg or something like that. So you might have to ask somebody to get them for you. There are, like I mentioned, there is another folder, there's a fixed blade, and then there's also a multi-tool on the same line with, all by Swisstech, but these were the ones that kind of spoke to me and I wanted to go ahead and pick up so I can showcase them to you guys. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.